Alright, let's go over some of our stocks here. Bili is holding up even though the market is coming down. As you can see, the SPY right here is coming down pretty substantially. And Bili is holding up really well. A lot of the Chinese tickers are up really good today. Bidu a little bit less, so Bili will be open for a trade a little bit more, especially because it's at the bottom. It was at the bottom, and now we're going to come up and hopefully close this gap. Got to be careful, but at the same time, we have a very nice gap to close here. So all the way up to 2184. I expect to close the gap today, but I'm not expecting anything at the same time. So I'm gonna wait for my setup. Gonna wait for the first 5 minutes, no matter what. Had a really bad day yesterday, coming back strong, but not too strong. So we have Bidu and Bili. Bili's my number one. Bidu is my number two as of right now. That could change. I'm also, whoa, what did I do? Alright, so Bili, wait, no, that's backwards. Bidu. Now, I did have, my last trade on Bidu was a very, very bad, which could be potentially bad, but at the same time, it's probably fine. We did have some market data come out, that's why we're having the SPY drop pretty substantially here, but at the same time, personally, I believe it'll recover. Doesn't have to. Obviously, it could keep going down, break the lows of the SPY here of the day. That could happen. You just never really know. But for now, we're gonna just note that the trend is down and we have a gap up. So let's go ahead and move on to our next gapper that we want to be able to go ahead and look at, which would be, okay, so Baba's popping up. All the Chinese tickers are. Neo is the exception. They're actually down 3.2%, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, like, if you have all the Chinese tickers up and then Neo decides it's going to be down for the day, you got to think Neo's probably not a good gap and go at all. I can look at it later, but it's more than likely it's not going to be a good gap and go. I would trade Baba, but I cannot margin Baba. You know, most brokerages are limiting Baba. They limit Tesla every single day. There's actually zero margin on Baba. Tesla is limited to 60%, I believe. Yep, short margin rate of 60%. So you can only take about 1.4 of your balance, 140% of your balance of cash instead of typical 1 to 6 margin that I would normally take. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the next one. So we have JD, PDD, LI, SI. LI, traded before. I'm gonna pick and choose here because I have to limit it to 4. I don't have more monitors than that. I believe LI I'm gonna go ahead and put on this list. But my number one is still, I believe it was Bidu that had that gap. Oh no, Bili. So Bili, ah man. Oh, okay. Okay, I did have him right. I did have him right. Bili is my number one because of this gap here that it's probably going to end up filling. Let's go back to LI here. We got to be careful though, because Chinese tickers, they can trade a little bit differently. We need to be very careful. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here. When in doubt, zoom out, right? So we got some room to move up. So LI could potentially be a gap and go, but I like Bili first. If they're all set up at the same time, I'd take Bili first, then Bidu, then LI. So there's just a ton of stocks to watch here. We got JD bouncing. Every single Chinese stock is just bouncing up. Really, just need to find the one that's most in my price range, which is going to probably be, man, could be Baidu, but I'm not gonna care that much. They're all over $10, so PDD I can't margin, so I'm not gonna be trading that. Otherwise, that could be a good trade today. SI I believe was another one, yeah, 3.5%. So it's moving not up as much as all the other ones, so that's not going to be a trade for me to take. If we want to look at the downside, NVAX. I remember trading NVAX here. It's down 26%. Damn, man. 26%. Look at this. Have to see what news is making it do that. I don't have that up right now, but I'm sure it's pretty whack news. It is under $10, so it's going to be much more unmanageable for me to trade. Not to mention they're going to be on SSR as soon as they open because of they are down more than 10%. Another one I traded before on the downside gappers is IQ. Under 10, not going to be a trade for me. I don't trade stocks under $10, especially while I'm in this trader rehab here. I had a really bad day yesterday. Trying to bounce back here, but I'm trying to not, kill the rest of my account that I have here. Personally, I believe that the SPY and the Dow are all going to come back up. That doesn't have to happen. So I should have a couple of gaps to the downside on my list at the same time as I have gaps to the upside, because there's a big list on both sides. So we're really thinking the market could go either way here. Rivian is a possible. If I was gonna actually take a trade on anything to the downside, Rivian would probably be one of my top stocks to watch here. The problem I'm having a little bit with is that we're going to have resistance already, or support already right there at 1687, and we're at 1760s right now. And then we're going to have more resistance right there, and then even more at 15. I'm assuming this is probably down here at 15. Close. So maybe be a little bit careful of that. But if I was gonna trade anything on this gap to the downside, it would probably be Rivian. So there would be my top four stocks to watch as of right now. It could change, but as of right now, that's gonna be my top watches. What's SRPT? I'm just looking at these top gappers up. Yeah, it's yeah, it might actually be fine to trade this, but at the same time, it's a medium float. It's not a large cap stock like I like. Got a couple of low float stocks that I probably wouldn't mess with, especially in trader rehab, man. So you gotta wait for stocks like Lion here for them to have a gap down and then follow through. So let's go ahead and set up all my stuff with this list here. We have Bili, Bidu, LI, and then Rivian. All right, and then I will be back um, 6 or 7 minutes before market open to go ahead and look over everything and see what we got going on. Then I'll have 12 minutes or so before the market's gonna open. All right, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Today is kind of an important day. It's just because yesterday I had a loss that took out about 40% of my account. Yeah, not good. That's not what you want to do as a trader. So it's gonna be the first day back that I actually really need either no trades today and just kind of a break, or a trade that works. Um, it's really what I need today. So let's hop up into this and take a look and see if we got anything else popping up on the watch. Nope, looks about the same. Let's go ahead and take a look. Rivian is down 6.6%. It's going to be here. LI is up 6%. Bidu's up 6%. And Bili is up 8.5%. Those are good. Gonna go ahead and figure some stuff out real quick. Alright, so waiting the first 5 minutes is absolutely important. I need to be kind of careful today because these Chinese tickers can really pose a problem for accounts. Definitely have before. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at. I'll actually screen share this in a second. Could probably go ahead and get this up. I want to take a look at all these Chinese tickers here. If I go ahead and go to my trades. So Baidu, I've had a pretty substantial loss. It's a Chinese ticker. PDD, not important. It wasn't in the trade. Baidu, I also had a little win here. Baidu, I had a little loss. Bili, I had a win. That's it. So I guess it's hit and miss. I can't say that. I guess I can't write Chinese tickers off yet, because honestly, Lyft isn't a Chinese ticker, and that was one of my worst trades. Um, if I go to reports here, we can see this. So all this right here is from before. So I need to filter. Um, there we go. So this is my current. Well, not current from the last 2 days, but it is current as of right now. If we go to detailed here, I want to see by ticker. I don't know if I can see that. So these are obviously my number winning trade is pretty good, but that's going to change because of the last 2 days I haven't put in yet. I want to see by ticker, but I have a free account as of right now. Ticker. There we go. I not have access to any of this right now. Nope. It's not a bad February. Bad yesterday. Well, I guess it was actually. Considering. I know I seen it in here, I don't remember where the tag breakdown is. Um, Journal maybe? No. Maybe I just don't have it. Anyway, it's usually good and nice to see what I'm making on my trades. But of course, when I go to input, oh well, I'll do it later. It's not important for right now. Especially because the market's about to open. Looks like we're breaking highs on Bili here. SPY is actually still headed to the downside. That means Bili is more powerful than the SPY, which is good. So seeing this on Rivian, I want to be a lot more careful today if I end up trading this one. Not sure if I will after seeing this right here. Alright, let's get our stuff set up now. Alright, got no worries. Wait in the first 5 minutes. I need stuff to base and make lows and highs before I ever take a trade. First 5 minutes. Let them play out. I need to understand that. I need to do that. I didn't yesterday and I suffered massively. Alright, 15 seconds here. Alright, here's market open. Got 5 minutes to sit here and wait and do nothing. I could take a nap. I could take a 5-minute nap. I don't even want to look at it right now. Market is starting down going towards the downside here. I'm not going to make any assumptions about the market. We are trending lower. We could break the lows here at 395. Alright, coming back up on the market here. Bili's up 8.3%, Bidu's up 6.1, LI is up 5.5, and Rivian is down 9.2% right now. Alright, we're 3 minutes in here. Just waiting for the 5-minute mark before I even try to start a trade. Need to see what happens in the first 5 minutes. Market's kind of holding steady here. It's not going up, not going down. Tried to move higher, came back down. I would expect to move under the lows here. But it hasn't yet. It's just sitting in the middle here. Bidu might be along there, but I'm not taking it. Not the first 5 minutes. LI could looks a little off here from what I'm used to. Nope. Okay, still waiting. First 5 minutes, I'm able to take a trade now. Everything's coming down, market's coming down. Alright, we can start putting levels on these stocks. Especially this one. Okay, you'd have to get back over this. But now we're making a little bit too far of most of the downside. Rivian, our high is right there. Could go short right now in Rivian, but that's not my trade. I'm not going to take it. It's a little too risky for a trade of Rehab day. Still coming down on Bili, still coming down on Bidu. Like I said, that Bidu trade in the first 3 minutes was risky. That's why we wait 5. Waiting for Bili to give us the turnaround signal here. I want to see pre-market action. Well below the pre-market action here on Bili. Still up 7% though. So it should be fine as long as we get a good turnaround. Doesn't look like that's going to happen though. Like I said, Rivian, you could have went short. So it's just a little too risky for a Rehab day. LI still coming down. Bili's retraced a little bit. I don't want to say too much, but it's definitely retraced more than I would have liked. Now it's under 2050. Yep, no. Market's coming down. Now, it's typical to see stocks in the beginning here. It's typical to see them come down at first, but typically you don't want to see this big of pull downs in a gap and go. So Baidu could be a trade if we get a good turnaround here and we get about 4 or 5 green candles to the upside. LI chart's a little weird. Bili doesn't look like a trade as of right now. Let's put some levels on Baidu here because we might trade this one. Need to get over that level. 145.19. We'll be taking it over this 145.19. little bit of a problem here is that it's kind of a spike. $145.19 here. Market's popping higher now. I gotta be careful. Gotta be very careful with this market pop. Your market's popping up. I'm debating whether the market pop is just going to be a pop and then a fail, or if it's going to be a pop and a continuation. It's very important for this trade. I do have a good 1-to-1 on this Bidu trade, but it's not popping to where I need it to get popped to be able to take that. If I thought the market was going to continue to the downside, it could take Rivian on its way back down. I think Bili just pulled down too much for it to really be a good trade. Bidu's the only one I'm seeing that could be a nice setup here. Decent spread on Bidu here. Okay, there's the pop. Jesus, man. It's okay. I'm in. Here's my trade. Did not get a good fill at all. That's okay. We're just going to have to hold it a little bit longer on the way up. I got a 41 fill. I was supposed to get a 20 fill. It's about 20 cents higher than I wanted. Look at the Rivian trade here. I could be taking it for a short here if I was going to take that. As it sits right now, obviously I'm not. But yeah, Rivian would be a good trade under 17 here. 143.89 is my stop. 87, sorry. 143.87 on Bidu here would be my stop. Market looks like it's turning around for the worse. Not an immediate follow through here, but it's a strong stock. Looking for a move over 146.23 on Bidu here. Gotta remind myself 70% of these will work and 30% of these will not work. So 30% of these will come down and crash under that 143.93. And then 70% will go over this 146.23, and I could take partial and get out. Problem is the market is not helping Baidu right now at all. Yep. Look at Rivian going under 17 here. That would have been a very good trade on Rivian. I would have taken that. I would have taken it right up here around 1720. Would have been waiting for it to get under that 17 and then break down, hopefully to 1680, 1685-ish area. Oh, it's popping back up here. You would like to see the whole number fail. Overall market, SPY, and Dow are coming back up, just retraced a little bit. So that's kind of what's helping Baidu come back up. LI did fail the first time. If you tried to take it, I have seen LI do this exact formation. If you tried to take it over here, it immediately failed and you would have been stopped out. Seen that formation on LI quite a few times. That's why I don't really like trading it. But I've also seen this exact formation that's on LI happen with Baidu. But the fact that they're both Chinese stocks, yeah, I don't know. It could go either way on Baidu. But the most important thing is that, I stick to my trading strategy here. So one of the good things about having a trading strategy with exit plan, entry plans, entry and exit plans, should say, is that you don't really have to have emotion in it. Look at Bili fail here. Never got to the point where I would have been able to take it either. Failed right off of that VWAP. That could be detrimental for me, but I do have the help of the SPY still, so I'm not moving out of Baidu yet. Market's moving higher here, but the Chinese sector is coming down, so that's why Baidu is pausing. I'm gonna wait on Baidu. Market's moving higher, Chinese stocks are moving lower. Um, the Chinese stocks could indicate that I need to move out, but it could also be fine with how strong Baidu is. So I'm gonna hold and wait. Look at Rivian work out perfectly where I said it was going to work out to, 1680, 1685 area. Looked like it touched 81 there. Still coming down, so that would have been a fantastic trade if anybody would have taken it. I was stuck on Baidu here. Still in Baidu. Baidu takes too long here to develop. Or if we can't break these highs here, 145.72, gonna have problems. We just broke those highs. False break maybe? And we're back up over the highs again. It's just taking a long time to develop, and I think the problem is the Chinese sector, because the SPY is not the problem. Debating what I want to do here. Could move my stop up to 144.28. It's very possible that Bidu fails because of the Chinese tickers. In which case I don't really have any other stocks that I could take long or short. I'm going to consider this a pop to the downside. Not a pop, I guess you would say, fails to the downside. But it's quick, so I could expect a move back to the upside. It might just take a little while. $143.93 would be my get out point. I'm wondering if I should move out before that. 144.38 here. Would like to see a turnaround here in Baidu. Rivian still heading to the downside. Seems like I would have had a better trade in Rivian. If I had a bigger account, I'd be able to take multiple trades and cut losses earlier, but I don't. So it's very hard to do that. My stop is 143.93. Could still move back up. Still 5% up. Just waiting to see what Baidu does here. It's going to be a lot harder for it to move back up over the highs now. Now that we're under that 145.19 level. But I've seen it happen before. It's definitely possible. Could be a bear flag here on Bidu, but we're not trending, well, I was gonna say we're not trending lower yet, but we kinda are in a way, just like this. Um, but at the same time, we didn't get as low here, so kind of trending, kind of making a wedge here. Could go either way. All we can really do is wait here on Baidu. If we make another point in this downtrend for Baidu, we can confirm that it's kind of downtrending and we should be getting out. But if it moves over it and go back to the high, then obviously, you know, that's what we want. Chinese stickers still kind of trending to the downside, especially Bili. SPY and the Dow are basically flat, and the Qs doesn't really know what it wants to do. Let's see Bili reject right off of this VWAP again. I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. Looks like we could be making another point in this downtrend here for Bili, which is not good. I can't lie, this could be a good short opportunity actually for Baidu. A lot of traders will be looking at this downtrend, seeing the Chinese stocks and seeing the overall market to going to the downside and start shorting here on Baidu. That could be bad. That's getting a little whipsawy. I'm out. $92 loss. The reason for that is I think a lot of traders are going to be shorting this to the downside. It's trending to the downside right now. Would not be surprised to see it continue to the downside. It's not really my trade to be taking this to the short side, so I'm not going to. Yeah, it's definitely one of those that I know traders will look at and then want to take it to the short side. So I had to get out. Got out at 143.99, so about $1.50 lost, which would have been about this 1-to-1 profit margin or risk reward. So man. Li is not worth for the trade. It came down too much. Neither is Billy. It's not worth it for the trade. Came down too much. Bidu I can't enter again. And Rivian is far too low for me right now. I was thinking about taking an entry on the FSLR at the VWAP for a bounce play. Could take some time to develop here though. Good breakdown on Bidu like I had called out. Of course I don't. I didn't take it. FSLR needs a very nice pullback down to the VWAP. I'm going to take it close to the VWAP here. If we can get down there. I'm just not sure it can even get down there with how strong it is. Only reason I'd be okay with taking FSLR right at the VWAP is because of the risk reward. It would be a very good risk to reward strategy. Rivian Spy is moved very much lower. Rivian kind of following suit might break down under that 1650, although after all of the times that it's gone down, I would say I highly doubt that it's going to go under that. Yeah, I don't think this FSLR trade is going to come. Really needed a strong pullback to the VWAP and then a strong move back to the upside. But instead now we're breaking the highs, so it's an extremely strong stock. Yep, no, not going to be a trade, so. Can't trade Rivian, can't trade Baidu. I could have traded it from here. I'm guessing we're going to have a very big red candle down all the way down to here somewhere. LI, there's no risk to reward that's going to work here. And then Bili's just done. Did not work. Bad day for the gap and go strategy. The only thing that really worked here was Rivian. FSLR, I guess you could say worked, but it wasn't really on my watch list. Now we're going to be getting into middle of the day. Volume's going to start decreasing, and I'm going to have to be done right now. So, no more trades for me today. Not a great day, but a rules-based day. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Bili or Bidu is a huge downside candle here now, or very soon. Oh, there goes Rivian breaking down under 1650. Wow. Alright, I'm done for the day. Two trades that I definitely should have taken, Rivian being one. I might start swearing off Baidu in the morning. One of the things I need to realize is that all the stocks out of the Chinese sector came out weak. I should have realized that Baidu was probably going to get held down because of it, no matter what the SPY did. I thought maybe, the SPY was moving up at that time. I thought maybe the SPY would hold it up, but it really did not. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow.